Hey guys, good morning. My name is Fritzy and this is my husband.
Robert?
Welcome to my YouTube channel. Today I'm going to make my first video showing on how my husband makes his barbecue ribs. Right?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, we are here now in the kitchen with my Bana. Hey. Okay, now I'm going to ask him how he make his pork barbecue ribs. Okay?
Alright, folks. So, Maya Sawa, she told me she wants to become a YouTube vlogger. I think that's the correct term. And I'm in her first video. And she wanted me to show everybody how I do my ribs. Okay, well, it's not really a secret. I just have my things that I like to do. Nothing special, nothing fancy. It's so simple, a lieutenant can do it. Those of you who are in the Army, you get that reference. So the first thing I did, and I didn't show you all, is I washed the meat. Okay? I know there's some folks out there, oh, you don't need to wash the meat, blah, 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 blah. Negative. I always wash my meat. What I use to wash it, combination of vinegar, lemon juice, water, such and such. Also have something to, quench my thirst while I'm doing it. So the first thing I'm going to do here is I'm going to flip them over. And I've already removed that membrane off of it. Alright? So I use mustard as a binder. I have my own little rub that I've created over the years. I've added to it, taken from it. I think I finally got a good mix of spices. What I like to do, there's a combination you can use. It's called the 8 plus 3 plus 1. Like 8 parts spicy, 8 parts sweet, 3 parts salty, and then the 1 parts of whatever spices you want to use. For instance, you can use chili powder, paprika, cumin. It's about what you like, the taste that you like, and what you want to present. What I use is brown sugar, that's the 8, kosher salt, that's important, that's the salty, and then the spices, chili powder, onion powder, garlic powder, paprika, cumin. However, I don't follow those directions that a lot of the people use. I've found a combination that works for me and people seem to like. So that's
what you gonna do?
Yeah, that's in this jar right here. So again, I use this mustard as a binder. Take that. You notice I'm wearing gloves. Cleanliness and sanity. That's the most important thing. All right.
Okay.
So I've already applied the mustard to the back side of the ribs with the membrane. Before I go any further, yes, people, I did remove the membrane off here. I did all that before my sweetheart started the video, so that's why you don't see that. So I take my little rub here, and I give it a generous amount, shake it on there.
And that's his secret.
Shake it on there. Shake it on there. Don't be stingy with your rub, folks. Get a nice thick coat on there. Okay, after you've done that, take it, press it in. Press it in. Flip it. Repeat. Again, mustard is my binder. You don't want to add too much. You just want to remember back when you were in school, especially kindergarten, and the paste they used to give you, or your parents used to buy, and you used to apply a thin coat on your papers and stuff. Well, if you was me, you was probably eating that paste because it smelled good, it tastes good, It's probably why I am the way I am now, It's, kids are crazy, right? No different. Rub that mustard on there. Again, be real generous with the rub, the same. You notice I got my ribs on a rack, on a bacon rack inside the pan. That's so when the water runs off, because there's salt in this, so it's going to draw out moisture. It's also going to soak that up and then put it back in the ribs as well. So I do that for what it doesn't soak up. I don't want my ribs sitting in that moisture. Again, generous with the rub. Also for my rub, I have a secret ingredient that I don't tell anyone of.
I think I can tell it.
I don't think my sweetie even knows that. I can't tell her either. I love her to death, but I ain't gonna tell her what that secret is. You know, I always want her to come back to my ribs, cause just think, if I told her, she'd start cooking it herself, or she go meet a new boyfriend or something and tell him, and he be cooking my ribs. I can't have that. No, I want
He's
her
my
to.
boyfriend.
No, okay. Well, got my grill set up. Got a piece of hickory and a chunk of cherry wood. That's what I like to use to start my fire. And
Yeah.
I had to get creative. I don't like using lighter fluid, but I use about a tablespoon or so, put it on like 2 of my coals just so I can get it started. For some reason, I can't order the Weber charcoal starters, or they won't ship them to Korea. It's something to do with it going through the mail, that process, stuff like that. So I'm gonna go ahead and get this lit. It's gonna take about 15-20 minutes before my fire gets started right the way I like it, before I put the food on. Put them back on here. I'm gonna let this get hot. I'm gonna scrub it with my wire brush, and then after I do that, I'm gonna wipe it off with some paper towels or newspaper, whatever I got, whatever you got. It doesn't matter. You can use that. Again, that's just something I learned from watching my mother do it, so I do the same things. After that, I've been using this grill so long now where I've got it dialed in, so I know how to adjust my vent. I like to cook my ribs at about 250 degrees. You know, you can go higher if you want to cook faster. That's up to you. Again, that's your choice. This is a personal preference. 250, like I said, smoke them for 2 hours, wrap them for 2 hours. Along with, you know, once I wrap them up, like I said, I add a little moisture, apple juice, some butter, brown sugar, a little bit more of my rub, smoke them for about 2 hours. Then I take them off, let them get crisp. And after that, I don't use sauce. I think if you do a good job with your rub and stuff like that, you don't really need sauce. I do have sauce for the people who want it. However, again, I don't apply. Ready to wrap.
Okay.
Here's
Wow.
what they're looking like.
Now this
Here's
is
what
the.
they're looking like.
Yeah.
You know, I'm gonna take them off here probably in about 15-20 minutes. I'm gonna wrap them.